Okay, so this is day number 3 with this gal, my second day with her, and my goals for her is I'd like to be able to catch her, obviously, and I'd like to start desensitizing with a rope, with the stick and string, and with our burlap sack, and then I would like to establish positive reinforcement. I do positive reinforcement with all my Mustangs. I just find it's a really good tool to teach them, especially in this short time frame. And I want to try and establish it as soon as possible. So she's looking at this pan because I have fed them pellets in this pan, and I discovered that they like to eat these alfalfa grass pellets. So more so than the other feed yet. So I'll get them to eat the other feed, but so that's step one, is I have to be able to get them to eat what I want them to eat. I don't like doing it with hay because I don't like feeding them by hand for a while. I will feed them in a pan. Because I find that they get really nervous at this stage. They're still really anxious and nervous, and I find they can get real bitey when you feed them by hand because they're just nervous. And so to protect me and to acknowledge their anxiety being that close to me, I will feed them in a pan. So some people will do it with hay, but I don't like to, so because I don't want them snatching at me at all. So I want to try and get her attention. She's got her butt to me, right? Don't want to get too close. There we go. And then she's like, there's people over there. So I want to kind of get some draw. And I'll make my sound, and I'm going to drop some pellets in here because that sound will make them scared. So I want to do it when I'm not quite so close to her until she gets used to it, and then I'll do that a few times because she doesn't know what this means yet, but I'm going to use it a lot and she'll pick it up really quickly. So I'm just gonna, like, my goal is I want her to look at me, and then I'm going to back off, and then she'll learn that the pellets are over there. So every horse is a little different. She's kind of curious about this, so what I might do is back off and let her like eat it. To try and realize that noise is good stuff, and then they'll start to understand that noise means good things. But what I really want her to do is kind of face me, so trying to create a little bit of a draw. That's really good. So that one she didn't jump so much, so I'm going to back off and just see if she'll be curious enough, because she's eaten out of that pan before, so she should know that there's food in there. She didn't really want to eat out of the pan, but Isidora's mare did, which is right next to her. So I actually put the pan in between the pens yesterday, and she learned to eat out of the pan by watching her friend do it. So that worked pretty good. So she's like, I want to, but I don't want to. So I kind of lost her attention again, so I'm going to try and walk up to her and get her attention back. I love this, how curious she is. She's going to check that out. I'd love to really, really kind of get her attention on me. So even though she went to get that fly, just her head turning, I want to reward that. So now she's not really jumping when I put that in, so that's good. So now let me see if I can catch this horse, because she was able to be caught yesterday, right? Like, I was able to approach her. Perfect. Good girl. But that was like a whole nother day. So all I'm doing right now is I am blocking her off. So just blocking her off. And I don't want... I almost touched her there, because I don't want her putting her butt to me, and I don't want her running off, right? So I might even use my stick to reach out and touch her, because I don't want this like head in the corner thing. Oh, didn't quite get her on the butt. I don't really want that. I would love for her to remember. She might be one that prefers to be touched like on the shoulder or something. There we go. Good. That was really good. I just don't want her to like put her head in the corner and then not want to engage. Good girl. So she remembers that a little bit, right? That was a little scary. Go back to what she's familiar with and then move it up. Very good. That was really good. So I don't really want her in that corner though. Like these, I found these Mustangs that want to go in the corner, they'll kind of tend to shut down a little bit easier than other ones. And then you think you're getting somewhere with them and you're really not. They're just learning to tolerate you. So I touched her there. So now hopefully maybe I can do it with my hand. And if not, we'll go back to the stick, which is really good. Good girl. I probably could have like taken a step back there. It's really hard when you're like, because like the day before, you know, we were able to kind of touch her pretty good and touch her face, and she enjoyed that. To not want to just pick up where you, like literally where you left off. You know, it's hard to not be like, well, she did it yesterday, and so she's already doing a lot better. That's really good. So it shouldn't be too much for me to, I don't think we need to rope her at all. Like I don't think it'll be too much for her to realize that, oh, the touch isn't so bad. So I like that she kind of moved off this fence a little bit. That's what I would want. I don't really like them in the corner. Oh, she's like, you're pretty close. So I don't want this though. I don't want her turning away from me. So whenever she turns away from me, I'm gonna just push her a little bit. There we go. I really, really want her to think more this way than to think about like putting her butt to me. It'll keep me safer in the long run too. So she's pretty okay with this. Let's see if we can do it here. Pretty okay with that. Really good stuff. Now he's got to remember how to do the hand. That's a whole nother thing. Well, these flies are so crazy. Flies are definitely making it a problem. There we go. So I probably could have gotten more, but like I really want her to start to trust me. And the best way I've heard it explained is a predator won't turn and back off and walk away. So then she starts to realize that I'm not a predator because I do turn and walk off. There, she's like, oh, I remember this stuff. Remember this stuff? So that's really good. So we do things a little bit differently, and I'm not knocking other Mustang trainers because they do it, you know, everybody does everything differently, but there's always a reason why we do things the way that we do them. So like this mare, some other Mustang trainers could probably be riding her right now because she's actually pretty quiet. But for me, I'm trying to build a relationship, or I should say us, because the sitter and I are very similar in this, is like the soonest we've ever gone on one of these guys, it's been like 3 weeks on one of these makeover horses. And the reason being is that we are trying to build a relationship. We're trying to build this kind of trust. Good girl. I would love for her to know that there's food over here. And this kind of relationship I'm building here on the ground is going to make it so much easier when I'm under saddle, because I'm really going to give her a lot of good experiences. And this isn't going slow, I'm actually going fast, because when I get this horse to really start to trust me and start to enjoy her time with me, she's going to give me so much more than a horse that sees me as work and pressure and stress every time I come out here. So she's getting comfortable with me. She's not being so spooky like when there we go. So like my goal is to put this rope on her right here, right? Do you see how today she's not being real bitey? She's like, oh, I remember this stuff. Really good. So I'm going to put my stick down for a minute so I can put this lead rope on her, because I'd love to work on that big sigh. I don't know if you heard that or saw that. That was really good. Sighs are huge. I want big sighs. That means she's actually relaxing. So this rope is a little scary, right? It's new. I would love to get her to lead a little bit today. That would be great. There we go. I know, these flies are awful. Just kind of buddied up to her little friend over here. There we go. There we go. So she's still guarding that one side, which I'll work on once I get this lead rope on, because I don't really want to push it while she's at liberty. Do you see her ear? So she's kind of quiet, so I need to really pay attention to her, her language, right? Because like that ear is telling me that she's pretty worried about me, even though she's not doing anything. And then this mare next to her is kind of bossy, and this mare is not. And so she's kind of like, she wants to feel safe. She's trying to get, feel safe next to other horses. Good. Good. But I want her to feel safe with me. Right? Good. So this her walking away and being worried, that's just her being worried, like, and that's okay. As long as she doesn't put her butt right at me, I don't mind if she walks away. The putting the head down thing is something you always want to be cautious of. That's them kind of shutting down, and they're getting really, really worried, and they might bite at you or something if they do that, so that you don't really want that. Good. She's got like so many bites on her from these flies. Like I said, these are these cow flies. They're awful. I cannot get rid of them. So I'm going to bring this rope over here, which is going to be like a little bit different because it's got a rope attached to it. I'm just going to try to clip it here. There we go. And I made the clippy noise. I don't know if you heard. I made the clippy noise right before. I swear she knows how to lead already. I made the clippy noise right before I actually got to her because I didn't want it to spook her. So what I would love is if I can get her, kind of like a sitter did, if I can get her to kind of move a little bit and kind of just follow me around and follow the feel of this halter. She's got a very soft face, so I want to try to maintain that as much as I possibly can. So see how she's just following that feel? And then it'd be great if I could get her to check that out. So we're just gonna walk around here a little bit with her following the feel of that halter. I'm like, she's so soft, I can't even like describe how soft she is. Like I just barely picking up on this and she's just coming and following. So this is really good. I kind of wanted her to check that out. So now she's going to start associating pretty quickly. I make that clucking noise, and then she hears the food hit the pan, and that all good things are happening, like their food is coming. So the quicker I can get her to associate what I'm asking her to do with this, the faster I can get this horse to learn, which she's already going to learn pretty fast. I would love to get some fly spray on her. Hopefully the next day, maybe tomorrow I can try. She seems like she might be accepting of it pretty quickly because they're just eating her alive. I don't know. I've noticed that they're kind of like more aggressive to the sorrels and the gray horses. So my videos are not as exciting as Isidore's. I'm very slow and methodical, and usually I'll do a couple sessions like this a day. Not. Are you pulling weeds? Oh my gosh. Hey, I had to keep my attention the whole time. Oh my gosh. Well, you're scaring my horse by pulling weeds. She's terrified. So it's a lot more boring, like what I do, which is okay. So let's see if we can get her. This is the side she doesn't really like. If I can get her to kind of yield her hind end and move with just a nice soft feel. That was amazing. Oh, you see her she just totally disengaged with just the feel of that halter. Let me see if I can hold this and approach. There we go. She's still guarding that side, so I'm going to see if I can come over here. I don't want her to feel like pressured enough where she's going to want to get bitey with me, because she was a bit bitey yesterday. Very nice. So, as I said, well, this is kind of slow because I'll do a lot of this kind of stuff. And the click, and then the giving the treat. And this kind of approach and retreat business. That's really good. It just kind of sucks because, like, so that's a really good thing right there. I don't let them eat that until, like, I back off. I don't want the horse eating something right next to me like that at this stage, because I don't want them to feel like they need to protect it and protect their food from me. So I'm going to go on her good side. Well, let me get a little more leading on this side now that I got her moved around. So let's see, because she's seeming a little more resistant on this side than the other one. Very good. So as far as Mustangs go, like what she's doing right now is pretty rare. That she's so soft already with just very little work. She's soft off that halter. She's a little worried about the people behind her. She's like disengage, and her go-to is to kind of disengage that hind end so nice, and she'll come around, she'll follow that feel of that halter and bring those shoulders around like that. I mean, like, that's huge. She's gonna be so nice doing like a turnaround and stuff. I'm kind of excited about that. Don't mess with my horse. Rotten thing. So what I would love to do, especially because of the position that she's in, is see if I can go ahead and start throwing this rope over her. She seemed a little bit like, I know, go ahead. She wants to itch something. She seemed like she wasn't going to be that bad when, like, Isidoro threw her the rope before, and like, she's more worried about, and this might be an issue later, she's more worried about other horses kind of beating her up. So this is like, I've never had one that good before at this stage. I don't even know how to act. I'm like, what? You're supposed to run away. What's wrong with you? She's broken. So same thing, just kind of like, and not like same thing. I don't want her to like come up and just eat while I'm trying to do something. I'm gonna back off and let her eat a little bit. Oh my God. Seriously? God. Never had one like that. All right, go ahead. I have to be careful with you because I'm going to want to go too fast. She's like, well, now you said I can't eat. You can eat now. It's okay. Okay, fine. You're very cute. So I'll try again since I just walked up to her. It's interesting. You see how she kind of was like frozen, and then she kind of woke up. So I'm gonna have to watch her wanting to like shut down like that. Good. Then we'll go to the other side. I like to do each side at least 3 times before I change sides on something. So this one, she's a little more aware of it, right? Don't come into me. She wants to actually come into me a little bit there, and I'm not going to let her do that. I made the mistake by not putting my hand up. So sometimes they will worry eat, and I think that's what she's doing. So she's a little more worried about this side, which is fine. I'm just going to do it from a little further away. There we go. She's a little flinchy. So I want to keep doing this until I get her a little more relaxed. That wanting to go eat right there, that's a worry eat. That's not a relaxed eat. That was really good. I had no flinching and no trying to get away or be moving. So I'm just going to back way off so she can eat that for a little bit and kind of relax. At least she likes those. What is that? Somebody vacuuming?
Somebody is carpintero.
Yeah. Painting?
Carpenter.
Oh, a carpenter. That's the only problem with doing 3 of these is like these sessions are always like so long and boring, I think, but so I don't know if you remember me saying yesterday, when you find their bad side, right? You need to, it's so easy to spend more time on the good side because it's easy and it's more relaxing, it's more comfortable. You have to actually spend way more time on the bad side. So I really don't want her to eat that while I'm doing this because that's a really, really bad habit. So I just need to give her a reason to want to eat it. That was really good. I'm really curious to see what she does if I put the rope around her, like all the way around. Because she did that. You did that a little bit yesterday. Yeah. Well, yeah, and then just like if I throw the rope around her back legs, see if she's a little kicky.
You can over the road there is jump like send the loops.
Sending loops. Well, I was just wondering like what, because you know she doesn't seem to care about me doing this, right? Like she doesn't seem to care too much about this, right? Like that's kind of nice. What does she care about if I do it back here? If I do it like that, that's what I was wondering. She doesn't care about that. Ooh, a little bit. Yeah, maybe. We do it here. Right there. Oh my goodness. Oh, a little bit fussy. Yeah, just a little bit. Not bad. Very nice. You're adorable. You're just so cute. So what I can do now that she knows that's there is I can put less so then it's not so much and then let her eat in between, which will be good. So I was kind of on that side. Let me go on this side and see what she's like. And I like how she's stopping to eat now. She's kind of figured it out. She's pretty smart. She figured out that I don't want her to eat when I'm right here. Ellen looks like she's ready to like go to sleep. Yes, are you hot?
A little.
Huh?
I think I'm a little dehydrated.
Oh no. Well, you can stop and go. Yeah. Yeah, you have to like drink all day.
Yeah, this sun is confusing.
Yeah, it is. It makes you feel because it's like not so hot, but like it'll get to you, right? Like. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? I'm sorry. Did I say that on like, I'm just like so excited. Look at this. She does not care. Oh, she cared about that. She's like, just kidding. No, because it got her hawk a little bit. Very good. Yeah, we got the video on the other one. If you want to go get some water and yeah, go get out of the sun, get something to eat. Did you eat breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh, babe, she's so cool. Look at that. Doesn't care. Doesn't care. She's like, I just want to eat. Didn't even care that I did that. I feel like I just want to do like another, I'll just back off and let her eat for a little bit. For me, I feel like if I just come out here and do this like a few times, then it'll be really easy to catch. So I guess I'll do, she's about done everything I wanted to do today. So I need to come up with more stuff to do. She's figured this out really fast. I guess I'll rub on her a little. What I'm saying. Huh?
I think here.
I didn't hear a thing. Oh well, just tell, you'll be able to hear it on the other video. So if there's any problem with the feed or whatever, you can hear it on the other video. You're such a good girl. I don't know if maybe like I don't know, these things can be funny. So, and then also the connection has to be good for the Wi-Fi. It is a good connection. So these pens are really good for this kind of thing.
Boring horse, you want anybody you?
Yeah, she's bored. She wants some of this feed. She likes this one. I'm gonna start mixing it. Good, really nice.
You start teaching the click.
Start teaching to click.
Oh,
Really nice
perfect.
feel.
Now it's perfect.
Now the sound is, maybe I was too far away.
Probably you move.
Yeah. So now let's see if I can rub on her a little bit. See, I got my hand here just in case she wants to get bitey, right? I know. It's hard because like the flies are bugging her, so she's a little bit like, do you want to touch her? I'd like it if you did.
Me?
Yeah, because your arms are way longer than mine. Just so I could see how she acts with it. I don't think she's going to be a problem, but like, but you know what I mean? So I just switched hands there. I mean, she doesn't act like she wants to be bitey. But like your arms are so long, you can just be like, brr. Oh, that's scary. You literally just climbed over that. Thank you. Gosh. That's a scary, huh? Oh, do you want this?
In case I need to say something.
Oh, she's like, let me eat.
Okay.
Do you want this one too?
Okay.
Okay, this goes for that video.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's so nice.
Really easy.
Yeah, she's like really gotten accepting now.
You're right there. I let her. She's smelling me right there. It's fine. Because the thing when she oh, somebody by the ears. When she
Yeah, that's what I was saying. She's sensitive on that side.
she's saying the ears, like put it twisted back, is when I worry. She tried to attack me.
Her eye looks so soft.
She's right there.
Yeah, she's
She's
just
trying to sniff me.
sniffy.
This mean I give you the thrush. When they start smelling me, that's the thrush people.